silver and wrote horizontal plaques to be placed above the lintels of Zixiao, Five Dragon, Yushu and Golden Palaces. Over the past 300 years, all but one of the plaques, the one above the statue of Xuanwu on the summit, have been lost, but the one that remains is exquisitely decorated with a dragon pattern, and it bears Kangxi's seal in an ancient script. The characters on the signboard, gold, light, wonder and sacred image, continue to shine even today, despite the heavy smoke from innumerable incense sticks.
For the next 30 years or so, under Emperor Yongzheng, the Wudang Mountains remained undisturbed. But then, soon after Emperor Qianlong ascended the throne, another momentous event occurred.
As soon as he ascended the throne in the year 1736, Emperor Qianlong issued a decree. The incense tax on Mount Wudang was to be permanently abolished. The incense tax had begun during the Ming dynasty, but both dynasties had appointed officials who were responsible for collecting the tax.
它应该是整个名山中宗教圣地，它最先收香税的，因为这个香税以前在明以前是没有记载的，至少是我们现在找不到这种记载。是最早是从武当山开始收，它比当时的泰山还要早了10几年。就是明代的时候，武当山跟泰山的香税其实是不相上下，这也反映出这么武当山的香客他的朝山的那个兴盛。
History went on and dynasties changed, but Mount Wudang remained much the same. What was it that made this mountain so famous? In the end, it was not the emperors, but the numerous worshippers who made their way to the mountain and the local people who lived around it. The power of belief, harnessed by the ruling family, had brought about a miracle that is still seen today in this magnificent, spectacular and ethereal complex of Taoist buildings that is Mount Wudang. Early autumn is the busiest time of year for Old Liang, one of Mount Wudang's forest wardens. Today, he is handing out pamphlets on fire prevention to some of the local villagers. Old Liang is a native. His family has lived in this place for generations. The mountain has nurtured them, and in return, they have worked hard to protect it. Apart from his fire prevention work, every day Old Liang goes on an inspection round in the forest. For the local people, the mountain is their livelihood. As they see it, the mountain returns the protection they give it with generosity. With so many worshippers visiting the mountain, there are plenty of business opportunities. Old Liang is running a small shop in front of Zixiao Palace. Every year, the 9th day of the 9th month in the Chinese lunar calendar is the busiest day of the year, because it was on this day that Xuanwu achieved immortality and became a god. On this special day, Mount Wudang is packed with throngs of people, and among them, there is always a group from Taiwan Island.
基本上没有开放之前，实际上台湾还是有一些宫庙会聚集在某一些比较具代表性的宫庙，在做一个共同的祭祀活动。那甚至有部分的人还是会特别的 面对我们武当山这个方向做一种遥祭的方式。事实上，跟两岸之间的关系，不管是文化的或是宗教信仰的，是一脉相承的，是血浓于水的，是无法去割舍的。那尤其两岸交流之后，这就会越来越频繁。
Being of the same origin as people on the mainland, these people from Taiwan Island regard the god Xuanwu as their guardian as well. Since 1988, more and more people have been making their way from Taiwan Island to Mount Wudang. Based on statistics available, over the past 20 years, at least 500 groups of people from Taiwan Island have come to Mount Wudang. Altogether, they have accounted for more than 60,000 visitors.
那甚至在全天商的文化信仰来讲，那台湾方面也认为说，全天文化的武当文化里面有很丰富的内涵，它是值得一个中国人骄傲的一个文化内容。那也希望说能把它传播到台湾去，甚至传播到全世界去。
很多外国的朋友到这里来修炼，美国的、俄罗斯的、欧洲、德国、法国，还有包括这个东南亚的韩国、日本。很多的朋友都是慕名到武当山来，因为武当山融汇了我们中华文化的这个内在的这种美好的传统和精神，是吧？也就是一种太极思想、太和思想、和谐的理念。
In 2007, renovation work began on Yushu Palace, and it's not expected to be completed until 2010. Renovating any classical building is, of course, a time-consuming process. Unlike modern construction projects, which tend to be characterized by speed and efficiency, this renovation project on Mount Wudang is being conducted very slowly. Nothing can be rushed through, and nothing can be allowed to look new after the work has been done. The weathered look must be preserved. Achieving this result is a huge challenge. The work progresses with the greatest of care, brick by brick, tile by tile, and no detail is ignored. Everyone knows that the work they are engaged in is about the glory of Mount Wudang, and this was not achieved overnight.
这几年我们投了有将近8000多万，对这个古建筑群进行维修，让这份世界文化遗产让更多的人了解它，使它不断的发扬光大，使世界各地人民了解它，让武当文化、中华文化传承到世界各地，是吧？让人们共同领略、感受这份文化遗产，感受这个中国人民勤劳的中国人民的这份智慧。
Although there were once many more temples on Mount Wudang, the buildings that remain proudly stand tall with other man-made wonders in human history, such as the Egyptian pyramids and the Mayan temples. After the first royal temple was built on the mountain, many others followed to add to Mount Wudang's tremendous popularity. Now, after the dust of history has settled and the noise has faded away, Mount Wudang is returning to its original appearance, with stone tablets here and there reminding visitors of its past glory. The rulers of the Song dynasty looked upon Mount Wudang as their last hope for the continuation of their kingdom. Zixiao Palace was built over 800 years ago at the instruction of Emperor Huizong of Song. This magnificent palace sits on the central axis, embodying the ancient belief that royal power is at the core of everything. After it was completed, worship ceremonies of national significance were held inside. This stone palace, completed in the year 1313 after 27 years of construction work, is a history book in architectural form, as its walls bear inscriptions about historical events. The palace takes its name from an imperial dowager. During the Yuan dynasty, the dynasty that succeeded Song, Mount Wudang became for the first time the exclusive place of worship for the imperial family. Mount Wudang incorporates three worlds: the world of humans at its foot, the world of immortals halfway up the mountain, and the world of heaven at its summit. This is why the mountain came to be known as the first mountain under heaven.
The first pilgrimages to the Wudang Mountains took place 2,500 years ago. That was a response to Lao Tzu's book, the Tao Te Ching. What those pilgrims came in search of was the opportunity to honor their ancestors and show their respect for nature. And today, the devotion of emperors and ordinary people down through the ages has bequeathed to us a place where nature's beauty is enhanced by the works of man. And with that, we come to the end of our series about the Wudang Mountains, sacred sanctuary of Taoism. And thank you for joining us on today's New Frontiers. I'm Qi Xiaojun from CCTV International. Goodbye.